Well, hi, and welcome back to the Healthy Metal Hippie. Today, you've got me. We are doing a solo episode this weekend. You know what? I've been run down with sickness, with scheduling issues, and so I thought it's the perfect opportunity for us to have a little one-on-one moment. And I am really excited you're here as usual. So apologies that we are a little late today, but a very, very happy and wonderful day to you, whichever day you happen to be listening to this. Today we are talking about a little bit about Taylor Swift, a little bit about the Foo Fighters, a lot about inspiration, about the connection of music, and I'm kind of excited to have a little solo moment, and maybe we'll do more of these in the future. We'll see how it goes. So this weekend, Taylor Swift has been in London doing the first 3 of 8 nights, and it's been really, there's so many things to talk about just around this whole Eras tour to start with. I guess I can say I'm a fairly new Swiftie in the grand scheme of things. It's only been in the past couple of years, really, since, I gotta be honest, since my boyfriend introduced me to Taylor Swift, not personally, but, to her music. And I've, especially after watching the Eras Tour movie, it really solidified it for me. And I was like, oh my God, I love her. She is, she is truly, I don't need to say it, she's a force. She is incredible. She's intelligent. She's inspiring. Just, she's just wow. Let's be real. So, we have some issues to start with about, for me personally, and I'm sure for plenty of other people, how tickets went on sale, that there wasn't really an on sale, that you just needed a password and hopefully you could buy tickets. And, unfortunately, we never got a password. I'm hoping that maybe for the August shows, we're going to get on, get off the wait list and have a password for those. Of course, you've got the insane scalping where, in the States, it was horrible, where they were charging, upwards $10,000 a ticket. Over here, we saw stuff, going up to £1,700 a ticket. So just absolutely mind-boggling. And you know what? There are people that do have that money, but the average person doesn't. And also, none of that goes back to Taylor as far as I'm aware. So, like, when we're thinking about scalping and paying hundreds of times the value of what, the face cost of a ticket, really, who are we serving by doing that, and what are you getting by buying into it? Are you getting the experience? Are you getting the selfie? The accolade of, yeah, I was there. What do you get out of it? And maybe it's just me. It could truly be that it's just not for me. To Even if I could spend 10 grand on a ticket, I just don't think I would. I think it just goes against everything I believe in, especially when you talk about some of the uppers were only like £60, and people were on StubHub paying £1,000 for them. It's yeah, it's really, really sad. Ticketmaster is a whole other topic we can go into maybe some other time. I do have some blog posts up about it on my website, so definitely check those out with more blogs coming. But really cool that she is doing the most dates in London out of anywhere the Eras tour. I'm really truly praying that we can get in, like I say, in August. And also, I should maybe do a little shout out to the Eras Tour Resell, I think it is, on Twitter or X. They are doing an amazing job connecting Swifties with tickets, and they've been doing this since the US run. And I mean, it's just really cool to watch, and people get their tickets for face value, and that's exactly what you want to see, right? And getting them into the right hands of the people who love. It was sad. We went out actually last night down to Wembley for the final night of this 3-date run, and hoping maybe we could get in, but it was really interesting because there were tons of people out there. Lots of people just camped out, just to had little picnics. They're all dressed up. It was so cool, and just to see everybody excited and singing along. What was really sad though was, there's like tons of little kids who were just totally dolled up and totally excited to be there, and they obviously they didn't get in, but I mean, I'm sure that would have been a life-changing moment for them. I know there were, I'm going to go back to all those life-changing moments, but the next big thing, so we also saw tons of celebrities this weekend at Taylor. We saw royalty. Prince William was there. How exciting! And, it's such a cool cultural phenomenon. I mean, it's almost, it's completely different, but it's also totally the same. It's so revolutionary, like the Beatles. And it just, and guess what? Sir Paul McCartney was there yesterday too, which is very cool as well. So there was also a little bit of drama this weekend. I'm sure maybe you're a fan of the Foo Fighters and maybe you're a fan of Taylor, but pretty crazy what, I guess so we went to see the Foo Fighters on Thursday night at the first show for the London run, and that was, it was emotional. It was just incredible. And I guess on the second night, which was the 22nd, he said something like, "We're the Errors tour," and the thing is, it was kind of just, to me, it seemed like playful banter. I mean, I know he really likes Taylor. I think they both really like and respect each other. Everything as far as I know. But Swifties have gone wild online, and I mean, Foo Fighter fans have as well, defending. The thing is, I really truly think there's no beef here, and I think people are missing the bigger picture in some sense. First of all, as far as I'm aware, they're friends. Second of all, they both sell out Wembley. I mean, the Foos did 2 sold-out nights at London Stadium. And some people are saying, oh yeah, well, all the empty seats, but they just didn't sell seats behind the stage. So it's a sold-out show, and I mean, they definitely could have if they wanted to, but a lot of people don't. So whatever, so be it. Different crowds, different vibes, but I think the biggest thing that people forget is we are all connected because of music. And it's one of the things that on a lot of my channels, like my social pages, I talk about it a lot, is how we are all so connected by music, by the love of an artist, by the feeling that a song gives to us. And I have to be honest, there are songs, let's just keep it there, with the Foo Fighters and with Taylor that, they kind of bring me to my knees and they make me cry. And it doesn't, it really doesn't matter the genre or anything like that. You actually have, two of very top tier musicians. And I think it was just a sweet, like a silly joke, just kind of talking like, oh yeah, we're both in town selling stadiums. And yes, they are, the Foos are doing live everything, and that's fine. Taylor sings live too. And sure, there's backing tracks, but holy cats, that show is just, it's next level cardio intensive. It's so I just keep thinking about it, and I'm like, you're to me, it feels like you're missing the plot, right? Where we're all here for the love of music and, friends. I think too, I think that, again, I don't know Dave, but I do think that's probably his personality is just, you know, a little banter, a little back and forth. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see how it plays out, but I don't think anybody is going to be truly upset. So I think this is another good reminder of when you don't know a full situation, or maybe you don't know a lot about the foods, or maybe you don't know a lot about Taylor, or whatever the case may be. It's fine. Go check it out for yourself. Don't just take what the internet says. And I truly, people are saying that Dave does not, you know, is misogynistic and, just can't stand seeing a successful woman. And I'm like, no, that doesn't sound like Dave at all. Everything that I've seen. Either way, I find that both of them have just made such an impact on society, on culture. When I read Dave's book about, what was it, Storyteller, I think that's what it's called. What came through the most for me was the love of music. That no matter the genre, there's something that he loves, and there's something that he connected with. I loved hearing, when he did meet Paul McCartney the first time, how it was a life-changing experience, which is, yeah, fair enough. Maybe if we're going to talk about Taylor versus the Foo Fighters, on different planes, but they have had such a huge impact, and there's not a lot of pop artists that can do stadiums. There's not a lot of rock artists that can do stadiums. And both of them are out there crushing it. Both of them have been voices for generations. And both of them continue to unite people over music, over the lyrics, over that love. And there's such an electricity when you're in a stadium watching a show like that. As if you've been to one, I'm sure that you are well aware. You see these 80, 90,000 people together, and they're all arms up, they're clapping, they're cheering, they're screaming, they're singing every word louder than the artist might. It's a special and breathtaking moment. And I truly feel that if we could unite people just in everyday life as we do over a pop show or a rock show or whatever the case may be, God, the world would be like such a better place, don't you think? Because I truly think so. It's nothing feels better than being at a show and just being with tens of thousands of friends. I think it's so different. But you have that instant connection when you like the same band. And then we were coming home on the train last night from Wembley. There was this girl, and I think she didn't get into the show either, but she had this big plastic bag with all the friendship bracelets that she exchanged with people. And I thought that was just so cool. But people there are truly building, like, they're bonding, they're truly connecting, they're truly making lifelong friends, and they're just like, you're a Swiftie, I'm a Swiftie, bracelet, besties. And that's how I see it. And no matter what, it seems like if you're there, you instant friends, and that's it's beautiful. Maybe it's naive, but I certainly do believe that music can change the world. I think it can bring about peace. I think It can help people become more open-minded, more accepting. It, of course, it works both ways, but I think it's such a tool for love. And I don't know, I know you're embracing it. If you're here watching this, I'm sure you are embracing it. And it's incredible. It's incredible to see. I, yeah. And now I go all quiet because you know what? It's an overwhelming feeling. I think probably most of my friends I've made thanks to music, for bonding over a band, for, being part of a fandom, being at shows, meeting the artists, and while I'm here, I'm also going to say, okay, the Darkness fandom, probably hands down the nicest fandom I've ever been part of. The most open, accepting. They are truly like, you're an instant friend. And so thank you to all the UK Darkness Army for letting me in too. And it's incredible because you never really think going into it that you'll form lifelong friendships because you both like the same piece of music, but that's exactly what happens. And so it's a great community to be part of. I want to know if you are part of any fandoms or fan clubs, or tell me about the friends that you've made because of music. Um, I know some of them for me are like Aerosmith. Uh, is a huge one. I have so many friends because of Aerosmith, so many friends because of Alice Cooper, now the Darkness, and it's really, really special. And so let me know what fandoms you are. Have you been a part of any fandoms that weren't so great? I know, you know what, there's been times in the Aerosmith one where people are a little bit gatekeeping, and that's always difficult. I'm not a fan of gatekeeping. Um, they're saying you're too young, so you're not a real fan. And, that's not true. Just because somebody's 15, then who cares? They can still be a real fan. They can still own all the albums. They can still be just excited and happy, and they can sing just as loud as you and everything else. So we can't gatekeep because of age or, you know, whatever the case may be. Ugh, so over it. Again, I do have a blog post about gatekeeping too, but I think, and I see other people talking about it. It's on the way out. It, you know, if you're wearing a band tee, this whole name three songs kind of thing, people are over it. They're also saying now, like, if you like the art, cool. And it supports the band, cool. Like, nobody cares anymore. So let go of your silly, silly gatekeeping. That's my advice for the morning. So the next thing, just going back to Taylor Swift, it's, there's been so many incredible women inspirations, role models for girls growing up. And, recently Taylor got voted number 8 on the most influential guitarist of the last 2 decades. And people have been up in arms, like, did she deserve this? But the thing is, they're talking about influential, and in a way, I do think that Taylor probably should be in number 1. She's probably inspired more girls to pick up the guitar than anybody in the last 2 decades. She's inspired songwriters, new, old, young. You know, she's a kind person. She's generous. She's thoughtful. She is a great role model, but she's also strong. She stands up for herself, and these are all virtues that we want to be teaching in young girls and in women. And, I think there are even grown women that look up to Taylor as a role model just because she helps give them strength and, that they can take control of their lives and be bold and be powerful. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I do think it's, it's not a small feat, right? We have, now I'm looking here, okay, we've got some of the new Avril Lavigne reissues and things like that. Absolutely, completely influential for the last 20 plus years. God, it's been a while now, but you know what I mean? There's so many inspirational women, but I think the biggest one for young girls today is it has to be Taylor. I mean, I haven't done the research, let's be real, but it has to be Taylor. I mean, for me, some of the women that inspired me when I was young, definitely Gwen Stefani, Biff Naked, oh God, I wanted to be Buffy, but, just strong women that just, they were really cool, really stylish. They were really talented, really strong women. They just, they were happy, they were energetic, and it's and when I still look up to them, and now Taylor Swift. And I think, yeah, I guess I'm older than Taylor, but um I have to count her as a role model too now, because she is, I mean, she's changing the world. She's, maybe you want to go as far as saying that she's saving the world. And whether you like her or not, you can't discount that. You can't discount, what she's done for her employees, what she's done for economies. Has she pulled like the entire world out of recession? Possibly. I mean, I'm not an economist either, but how she handles things, how she plans all of her Easter eggs. I truly can't keep up with it. I don't understand it. I just let the Swifties go, and I just go, oh, yeah. But you just, there are tons of fabulous women role models, and don't discount them. Even things like some people are saying, oh, no, Taylor's not a good role model because she dates a lot and things like that. But so she's a woman. She's allowed to date. Like, there's lots of these things, and we're, again, if we're gonna talk about, let's just call it slut shaming. That's another thing that nobody's here for anymore. Nobody cares. So you go on lots of dates. Good for you. Whatever. Enjoy yourself. Discover yourself. And I think that's the biggest thing. No more shame around just finding who you are and being proud of it. Taylor is a fabulous, fabulous role model for young girls and older girls and full-grown women. Like, let's be real. She's amazing. So I'm really excited to see what happens for the 5 nights in August. I'm wondering, will more people be taken off the wait list for tickets? Will people be, I don't know, are there going to be more crazy things on StubHub? Are, are prices going to fall back, down? Hopefully. I'm really excited about it. And it's just kind of, I think now I am going to keep a bit of a closer watch on this tour and everything that's happening. I've followed it a little bit, but not deeply. But there's a lot of really interesting pieces, whether you are interested in the music industry or just business or just Taylor or pop culture. It's very interesting to watch how it's all playing out. So I do think it's worth just checking out. There is another book that I'm going to be reading soon, and that just kind of reminds me of it too. I've got it here. It's called Rockonomics. And it does talk about how, the music industry influences our economy so much. And you know what, I'm just going to show it to you guys here. If you are watching over on YouTube, fabulous, because that's where I've got this. You can see it. So Rockonomics, what the music industry can teach us about economics and our future. I just want to show it well so it's not all blurred. Yeah, so very interesting. I've started it. I haven't quite, I'm not far through it, but it is very interesting, like how, yeah, that's a whole other topic. So very interesting though, and lots to think about there when you talk about economy, you talk about music industry, and just thinking about Taylor's influence and everything. I'll give an update on that book on my blog in the future, and I'm really, really looking forward to getting into it. And so it's true though, because it's a great measuring tool of, how everything else is doing. But we're also going to have to say that the UK and the US ticket market, music market, I mean, sure, there's similarities, but there's a lot of differences as well. And I mean, I'm going to say, especially on the ticketing, totally bananas in the States. So I can speak more about the UK on that, but it's, that's a whole new ball game there. And that's not why we're here today anyway. So today, think about what music you feel really connected with. Who have you made friends with? What fandoms are you part of? And, just why don't you just go have a music appreciation day today? Okay? So, sending you lots of love. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And we'll see you next week. And we've got a whole bunch of new guests coming up. We're recording a lot this next coming week. So, I can't wait to see you there. Thanks so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Healthy Metal Hippie podcast. If you're looking for more, head to healthymetalhippie.com and let's connect. Until next time, wishing you a magical week. See you later.